Hello, everybody, and welcome to the third episode of the YapOff podcast. I'm your host, Ted. With me, as always, are John, Joe, and Sam. All right, great. Super happy that my lovely friends ice me out like this.
Happy to be here, Ted.
Yeah, sure. I got a couple order of businesses to get through before we officially get on to the questions and theme of this podcast. First off, this is real quick. We need a name for the listeners of the podcast. You know how like in K-pop, the fans have their own name. Some other people like podcasts have their names for fans. We got to have one for this because it's important for the second bit of the podcast.
So we need to have our own posse nickname. Yeah.
Like Twice has once. Blackpink has Blinks. I don't like how you said
Swifties.
Yeah, the Swifties. I'm sure Beyonce has them. The Beyonces.
That's what they're called. Yeah.
That's what they're called. You nailed it.
All right. Thank you.
Beyonce,
I'm glad I nailed
Beyonce.
it. Yeah.
Beyonce.
I believe it's actually called they're called Destiny's Childs. I might be wrong about this. But we need something like that.
So like Yappers just doesn't come to mind.
I did think of Yappers, and I was like, I want to see we're a collective here. We're a group. I figured let's try to see if we could figure it out as a unit. But Yappers did cross my mind.
I feel like we are the Yappers, though.
Yeah,
fan base needs to be something else.
Yeah, I agree with Sam in this instance.
Like we are the Rolling Stones, and everyone else is
the Stoners, right? That's what they're called, right?
I think so.
There's no other connotation to that.
No. Well, if we are the Yappers, they're the listeners, but like that's just a normal thing, right? They're listening to a podcast.
Everyone's listeners.
Everyone's the listener.
In the hearts.
One could argue an issue with our culture currently is we don't listen to each other enough, Ted. So
there's a famous bit. This is not a famous bit. There's a bit in news radio where things the radio host is saying is taken too literally. He's like, these politicians should be taken from their car and shot, and then that happens. And then he goes, I think we need to take a moment and listen to our hearts. And then he's doing a regular break, and he gets handed a piece of paper. He goes, breaking news, a man in a mental institute rips out his own heart and presses it against his ear. The Yappies, is that something? Like
Yappers? Yappies.
But like, it's like yuppies, but like for yappers.
The Yap Squad. The Yap Zone.
Yapaholics.
Dude,
Yapaholics.
We're here. All right, Sam. We've arrived at Yapaholics. With that said, I like to introduce a new thing. It is the Yapaholics Delight. It is a list of people, they're famous people who are, these are going to be people, if they ever discover the pod, open invitation for them to be on the pod. They have to be, they have to be linked unconsciously to the things we have spoken about, and I'm delighted to introduce the first member of the Yappers Delight. It is with a career record of 3-5, a 2.89 ERA, and 82 career strikeouts. New York Yankees relief pitcher Scott Benjamin Morton Efros. Welcome to the Yapaholics Delight list. During the Yankees question of the day, TikTok, he answered, what is your favorite movie? He answered with the correct answer of Hot Rod.
Does this mean we're all like obligated to get Efros jerseys? Because the issue is his name's not on the back of it. People aren't gonna know.
You can just get a 58 or whatever number.
Yeah, but Scott Efron, I was gonna do a bit where I showed the picture of him answering Hot Rod, but in the group chat, Sam beat me to it and said, Scott Efron is the man. Is that what you had said?
Oh, Scott! I said Scott Efron's new favorite Yankee.
And so since Sam had beaten me to the punch, I had to come up with a new bit, and this was that bit. So Scott Efron, if you're listening, I know you are. shoot one of us a DM and you can come on the pod. I will say a lot of those answers. I don't know if you guys. I know Sam did because he.
Yeah, I watched it.
A lot of those answers are not good answers. The people who are answering like children's movies, they have kids.
Yeah, you can tell who the dads were.
They get the pass. You don't think Luke Weaver's like actively choosing to like watch Moana 2?
Moana 2, yeah. Yeah, it's like, what's your most rewatched movie? Moana 2 from 3 months ago?
Yeah. Time to date this podcast. I'm flying tomorrow, February 18th. Currently in 2025, there's been an average of 1.5 plane crashes, the plane tragedies per week. Hoping not to be the one on my flight and my return flight. If I do crash in a fiery death, this app will be up next week. And then you guys can continue the pod with or without me.
Can I get your skateboard if you die?
I do have a skateboard. It's barely used. It's the skateboard.
Can I get the outfield Bleak picture?
Oh yeah, sure.
The fight.
I wanted the Bleak picture. Okay. Listen, I mean, we
can fight over it at the estate sale, Perez.
Yeah, true. I mean, listen, if we really want this pod to grow, like we need some headlines.
We need some pop. Yeah.
And that's why we got to get Scott Efros on the podcast.
Yeah, but he's not going to be on a flight tomorrow. By the time we
things that can boost the podcast right now are number 1, Scott Efros appearance. Number 2, Ted horrible plane crash.
Yeah, obviously. I'm gonna continue to date the podcast. Yesterday, 2 days ago was the NBA Skills Challenge, and the reason I'm bringing that up is because somehow someone got disqualified, and it feels insane to get disqualified for a for fun event.
They earned it though. I don't know if you saw the clip.
I did watch the clip. We are discussing CP3 and Victor Wembanyama participating in the skills challenge and them just not in the spirit of the game shooting shots. They're just throwing the ball up there to get to the next part as fast as possible. And apparently that got them disqualified.
I'm not surprised they were disqualified. I'm surprised it took somebody 25 years to try it.
This is the skill challenge isn't 25 years old, is it?
Skill challenge has been going on for a long time since we were kids. Skill challenge, because I remember watching Jason Kidd as a Nets fan in the skills challenge when I was a young lad. So
I guess I've never been like an all-star festivity sort of guy, even it used to be my favorite event.
Saturday night.
Really?
Saturday night also used to be my favorite event in sports. Yeah.
The first one was 2003.
2003. Okay, so almost 25.
22 years old.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm so uninterested in the all-star festivities and let's not get into the dunk contest of it all. All right, we're not going to get into the dunk contest of it all. I'm glad. I'm happy.
Taking your advice.
All right, yeah.
So I thought we were listening. I thought we need to get better at listening.
Well, true. One more thing before we get to the episode proper. I have the results of the high school movie draft poll. I'm going to go off one. For some reason, this one has 50 more responses than any other question. It is, don't know how that happened. Weird. Did I, Ted, rig the wheel to land on my name first? It's an overwhelmingly no. I did not rig the wheel. The people have spoken. I did not. Everything's on the up and up on that. One of the questions I had asked was, what was the biggest omission? Tenacious D's Pick of Destiny is one of them. Iron Man or Wall-E. I don't know if I agree with that. I answered with Jackass 2 because I rewatched Jackass 2 after we recorded that episode, and I was like, damn, we really screwed the pooch on that one.
Yeah, I think it was in honorable mention.
It was in honorable mentions, but
I don't think it was a total omission.
I know, but but watching it, I said, I feel like we could have replaced a couple movies with that. Animated movies in general. Some bozo says, I don't recall hearing Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Hey, bozo. I was picked in the second round.
Hi, Bozo. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. And then Wall-E makes a second appearance on Biggest Omission.
Surprised we got so much Wall-E coverage compared to
Wall-E and animated movies.
No, I know, but it compared to Up, right? Because there was the same era, so I feel like many people remember Up with that iconic scene.
Here's my hot take on Up.
Go ahead.
Obviously, first 15 minutes, that whole like experience, fantastic. We can all agree with that. That movie drags after that. I feel like we are glazing those 15 minutes and you ride that high for the rest of the movie. But when you sit and watch that movie, the rest of that movie is a slog to get through. You can disagree.
I don't know. I would agree. Maybe it's 10 minutes too long. I don't think the rest of the movie is a slog. That's where
I did say in college when I realized it, I said the middle of this movie really drags. Is what I had said to my friend, and he had looked at me and said, "This is what I've been saying for years since the movie had come out." Another question was, what was the best pick? Social Network or Hot Rod? Hot Fuzz for making last pick. I answered Superbad because that's the number one pick, and it was a slam dunk. Not every day you slam dunk the number one pick. Another answer for Hot Fuzz, someone said Borat, and then another one was Scott Pilgrim.
Nice.
Yeah. Worst pick, 2 for Moneyball, 2 for Knocked Up.
Another 2 for Moneyball.
Yeah.
if you're the same fraud that wrote that we forgot Sarah Marshall, I guarantee that they also wrote Moneyball.
Nope. I can confirm that the fraud said forgetting Sarah Marshall was omitted. Let me confirm this by looking at the individual sheets.
I also think if you wrote Moneyball, you have to state that you are one of our former friends and colleagues from Major League Baseball, because it's the only way you would write it.
This is a different person. Someone answered with Anchorman, which Anchorman was not picked.
It didn't fall within the window.
It did not fall within the window. Jon Perez mentioned it, and he rightfully said it did not fall in the window. It would have been his first round pick, I believe, is what you had said.
Yes, and I stand by that.
Yeah, and I don't.
It's a great pick.
I'm telling you, I don't disagree with you. It's just if you're saying it's the worst pick in a situation in which it's not picked, hey, buddy, get your ears clean. To quote my Spanish high school teacher, ella, listen and learn. What was the most important factor in voting? Social Network pick was very good. I couldn't vote for the dastardly Sam Tydings.
Was that by somebody who was related to me by any chance?
I'm in my heart of hearts, I believe it is. In their question, in the rest of the questions, best pick, worst pick, they did put parentheses of where they were picked in the draft.
Yeah, it sounds like a Steven Tydings response.
Yeah, I did read it and said this seems like something Steven Tydings would do. Good picks, not sure. Hilarity of movies chosen, best movies, and someone answered with that I win Trump style. When I asked, was character a factor in your voting process? People said no. And now, finally, the moment we've been waiting for. Who won the draft? And with a total of 50% of the votes, I'm the winner of the draft. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Can I suggest we do a follow-up Google Doc to see if you rigged the results of the Did I Rig the Draft vote?
Did I rig the draft vote? That has the same number of answers as all the other questions except the last question.
This was an independent study that was done by Ted and only Ted, an independent counsel, and it's closed and shut.
Judge, jury, and executioner, just like how Ted likes his politics, you know?
Yeah. Just,
right.
Hold on, what's the quote? The man
this was Ted's idea. This was Ted's idea of doing a podcast. I'm going to invite all my friends, not give them any heads up as to what we're going to talk about.
I gave you heads up for that one. Why are you talking?
Then we're going to do a contest. And then I'm going to win. The end.
And I'm also going to make another question clearing my name because the answer was no, I didn't rig it.
What's the quote? The man who does something for his country is doing it for the love of his country. What is not illegal? I believe that's the similar process I'm going through.
Good. You and Richard Nixon.
Yeah. Next episode will be another draft episode. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do whole-scale Disney movies or do like pre-2010 Disney movies to kind of narrow the field a little more and kind of weed out like late Marvel movies, Disney like, you know, when Disney started buying up properties. I'll leave it up to you guys.
Well, we know Up won't be on your list, Ted.
It definitely will not.
By the way, I just went on vegasodds.com and Ted is minus 10,000 to win the next draft.
That's a bargain.
I'm guaranteeing you I'm going to make a pick that's not going to do me any favors.
This just in minus 12,000 now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I'm taking Hot Rod in the first round.
That's
Disney movie Hot Rod.
But if you want to like kind of like weed out the Disney buying up properties era and stick with like when we had the illusion that like there were multiple studios making movies, we can stick to like a pre-2010 Disney, even though they technically own Marvel at that point.
Yeah.
All right. Next draft, pre-2010 Disney movies. This can include DCOMs, the Disney Channel original movies, if you're familiar, or they could just be the blockbusters, baby. It's your list. Now, onto the official episode. As always, these episodes have 6 or 7 questions I pose to the yappers. They discuss them, give their opinions, give their answers in a timely manner. If they give an answer that I do not like, it is a bad take, it is a bad faith argument, it is something that seems boring and bland, and anyone answers, they get hit with the bad take buzzer. Let's take a listen to that now. That is from the YouTube video called Me Playing Guitar, parentheses badly, Smoke on the Water. Because the theme of this week is music, and what is more encompassing music for the fans as someone playing Smoke on the Water on guitar. Since Joe won the High School Memories episode, he has written the first question. Disaster! You're at your favorite artist's concert, and the lead singer suffers a devastating injury with one song left in the concert. For some reason, they ask you to come on stage to sing one last song, but you need to get every last word correct. Which artist would it be, and what song would you sing?
I feel like it's a good, general question. See our musical taste, see our ability to memorize words and whatnot. I'm curious what your answers would be.
Well, I'm going to so many Eve 6 concerts when that lead singer dies and I'm brought on stage. Easily, I'm going to be doing Inside Out.
It is a classic of the genre.
It is, yes. It is though, like, it is, I'm not to tip my hand on the next question, but is a song I do know back to front reliably.
I've given this a lot of thought. I know this song front to back. I'm going with The Champs, Tequila. That's a great song.
Because you're going to they're
Yeah.
doing concerts, they're touring consistently.
You want to see them play all the hits.
That is
Yeah.
And they haven't played Tequila yet. You know what I mean? Like
They haven't played
They're
that.
saving it
waiting.
for the encore.
Yeah.
Right,
Obviously.
exactly. You guys, let me speak on the matter. You guys clearly have not gone to the shows or put in the work that I have
Okay,
when
yeah,
it comes
yeah.
to this. So please respect the expert's opinion. I don't jump all over you guys when you fix a draft and then say it's not fixed.
My character's being attacked.
Yeah. So yeah, listen, it's a fun song. Everybody knows it, but not everyone can sing it well, and that's something that I've mastered over the last few years. So it's a fun song overall, and who doesn't like it? And listen, we could talk about all their other songs. Let's just
Oh, yeah, hold on.
Really.
Let's
let's-
talk
Too,
about
too
that.
many to mention.
Too many.
Yeah,
too many.
too many to mention, including the sequel, Too Much Tequila, or Poquito Uno, or Tequila, the 2003 version.
Oh, whoa. That's when they
Tequila
really hit
Space
their
Odyssey,
groove.
2001. Right. Or Tequila Part 3, The Empire Strikes Back. So, that's what I would do. And I think people just know me, I get stopped. People's like, "Oh, you're the tequila guy," so I'll take a photo. I'm like when Joe Brown goes up to people at these Pokemon conventions, and then he's like, "No, I'm on the stream," and they're like, "Oh, all right." And then Joe's like, "Do you want a picture?" And they're like, "Well, not really." Okay, fine.
Why are you attacking Joe's character? What is going on with
It's
John?
really antagonistic opening answer.
So they come up to me like, "Oh my God, you're the tequila guy," and I'm like, I am the tequila guy." And then actually at the last concert, they booed the lead singer off stage and had me.
Oh
go
my
up there.
God!
So,
What a turn!
Yeah, that's my answer for round number 1.
I'm assuming you guys have seen that video where that guy does do tequila for karaoke.
Yes,
right. We're all familiar with that video.
That's my rival. That's Gary Oak.
Joe, what's your answer?
First of all, I'm very disappointed that the booing sound didn't come from tequila, because
that got a lot from me.
But I feel like that's the easy answer. That's the here comes the pizza moment.
I was expecting "Happy Birthday" to come out of his mouth.
From the famous singer, Marilyn
Everyone.
Monroe, I guess, her concert.
Yeah.
I think tequila, I respect it. I wouldn't have. I think if you're gonna do a bit concert song, I think the answer was "Around the World" by Daft Punk, where you just say "Around the World" 127 times and then the song is over. I feel like that would have been a better option, but you do you.
Yeah, but nobody knows that song. It's not popular, so.
Yeah, no one knows Daft Punk. You got it. You're right.
Yeah.
Guy got 4 downvotes for Moneyball.
He got 2. Quick question.
I got 2.
Quick question. Who sings tequila?
The Champs.
Okay. Just wanted to see how quickly you had that off the dome. Again.
Listen, I celebrate their entire catalog, but everyone knows tequila.
Did they have a crossover album with Pharrell, or did I miss that one?
They didn't have a crossover album with Pharrell. Daft Punk had like a song with Pharrell. Discovery has a lot of like featured artists.
It was the summer of
track.
2013, and life was a little different.
Yeah. So what's your answer, Joe?
The Champs wrote "We Are the World." And they actually inspired Billy Joel and Billy Crystal.
All right, we're cutting this guy off. We're muting him.
And Billy Ray Cyrus, just every Billy you can imagine. My answer, my favorite band of all time is the Foo Fighters. And my favorite song by them, even if it is cliche, is
fucked up. You want Dave Grohl to die after he divorced his wife or whatever the drama was?
No, it's a devastating injury, not a death.
He broke his arm and continued playing. I don't think an injury is taking him off stage.
You know why I know that? Because he broke his leg in Brazil, and then he performed at Citi Field with a broken leg in a chair, and I was there, Ted. I remember. Because I was there in the crowd in Citi Field.
Yeah,
like,
just
this
say
is like 10 years ago or
just
something.
fucking say Everlong and let's get on with it.
No, it's Best of You is my favorite.
Oh, right.
That's my favorite Foo Fighters song. Got me through some tough times in middle school.
So. I'm respecting your answer for that one. I do like that song from Foo Fighters.
That's their final song, not Everlong. Like the one you wait the whole concert. Like as someone who's been to a Foo Fighters concert, you know what I'm saying? Like you wait for them to play the biggest hit right at the end. They end it with Best of You. So
yeah, that makes sense.
It's very Mets coded that a guy with a broken arm still had to play a concert at Citi Field. It's just like guiding him out there, like Dave, we don't have any more IL spots, so you gotta play the show. For mine, I'm going to go with clocking in at a robust 7 minutes and 41 seconds. All My Friends by LCD Sound System, which is the song that they close their shows with. And I think doing a song that long and not just repeating lyrics like some people in here want to do, it'll really showcase my abilities and help my future career as a pinch hit. I guess relief pitcher for
pinch hit concert singer.
Pinch hit concert for
LCD Sound System. If they were still touring, would keep you on the bench and bring out the lefty.
Just call the bullpen. Hey, we got the encore. We're all on our older side now. We're gonna bail. Sam, you can handle it. So I think that'd be a really good showcase for me.
All right. Second question. I feel like I'm getting a lot of the same answers here, but such is life. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, no, I changed the order. Question number 1, we're pretending like nothing happened. Question number 1, the song that plagued your high school life. Let's bring it back. Episode 2, reminiscing about high school.
This guy loves high school.
I love high school. I did think a lot about. All right, quick side note. After that episode, did any of you guys remember some high school memories that weren't brought up?
Absolutely, yeah, 100%.
Worth sharing, or you don't want to share?
Oh no. The whole point was that, oh my god, I'm happy I didn't. It's like you remembered something like, oh yeah, I was on a high and my brain is my own worst enemy, so I had to be brought back down to earth and think of some negative memories. You know,
I remember when I was looking at the picture of me in the onesie, I looked at my shoes and said, "Huh, those don't look like my shoes." And then I had remembered that though I'm wearing cloth canvas Van slip-ons. At a point, they got a hole in them, and I just ripped off the cloth, and underneath it was just whatever the material was. And those continued to be the shoes I wore. And then one day when we were painting the stage, my friend says, "Can I just write your name on my shoe with the black paint?" And so like they were just fucked up shoes. Another memory I remembered was that I did get banned from making school announcements.
Oh.
Okay.
I was doing the school. I had got my friend and I got volunteered to do the announcements for the school play. It was Our Town. Every high school does a production of Our Town. It's law.
It's law. Yep.
And so I had this whole bit planned out that was gonna go on for months, where I was gonna be a stumbling mess, not know any of the information correctly. My friend was going to be like the producer feeding me the correct information when I got it wrong. And it would escalate for months. I do the first one. My friend who knew I was doing the bit, later, since he was in student council, he was in homeroom with all the other members of student council. So all the other grades. And I'm in class when he goes, the president of I was senior this year. And he's like, the president of the junior year, felt so bad for you because I had done such a good job fumbling everything. End of that day, my friend who goes up and does a completely different bit. I'm not there. He calls the show Awesome Town because we love Lonely Islands. Calls it Awesome Town. Everything's like fucked up. Nothing gets corrected. And then I'm like, getting ready to leave, and teachers are coming up to going, you can't go on mic and just say Awesome Town. And I look at them going, that wasn't me. I didn't do it. I go to drama class the next day, and the drama teachers are like, you can't, you guys are done making announcements. You guys cannot make announcements anymore.
Wow. The man shut you down.
I got censored.
I thought of one that I didn't get a chance to mention on the podcast. It kind of segues into this one a little bit, but one of my good friends who was not an amazing student, let's say, he was in AP US history the year before me, and he got to one of the essay questions and had no idea what to do. So he wrote he just wrote like, "Hey, sorry, I have no idea what to write here. So instead, I'm going to write the lyrics to Buy You a Drink by T-Pain." And he did that. And still somehow ended up getting a 2 on the whole. I mean, no, not enough for like to pass it or anything, but still got a 2. I figure like if you just like punt one of the questions like that, you just get like a 1 or a 0, but maybe they were generous with the rest of his answers. But I thought of that after the podcast.
John, did you remember anything from high school, or no, just all the honks?
I do, yeah. No, I remember it was funny. Going into my senior year, I had a new neighbor next door, and whatever. So she started going to school with me, walking over. She wasn't really like that popular or anything. And we had this foreign exchange program where there was this kid that was trying to earn money to continue his education in the United States. I think he was from Cambodia. He was from Cambodia, and I was in charge of the funds. Like, I was the treasurer of the Key Club that got him over here. And so what happened was I found out that the I don't want to say her name, but my neighbor, she used to be a former adult film star. And she would like go to all these conventions over the weekends and things like that. And I like really was smitten with her. And so I told her, hey, listen, like, I'm really into you. We shared some moments. I really don't want you doing this anymore. I'm not really comfortable with you. So she stops doing it. Turns out her handler comes back. He poses as my
Perez,
guidance counselor when we go to the
God.
bank. And yeah, so we go to the bank because this guy lost a lot of money and he withdrew all the funds out of it. And I was up for this scholarship award dinner. And so that night I go after I get beat up because he wants me to steal a trophy from this other house. Anyway, I'm like, they gave me like, I don't know, these ridiculous over-the-counter drugs. I took way too many of them. And when I'm supposed to give this speech, I had this great line at the beginning. I don't know if you heard of it. It's like, I forgot what president it was. It was like, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Like that was going to be my opening line.
I believe that's JFK before he got shot in the head.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I felt my head felt worse than his. And
Oh my God!
I'll tell you when that shrimp he stole that line from me. Terrible. Anyway, long story short, to get all the money back, she had some friends that were also in the adult film industry, and we made a sex education film, and it went.
Yeah,
it went viral. I'm sure you guys
I was thinking about it. I was like, this sounds awfully familiar to the movie Girl Next Door.
No, it was cool, and then we named it The Goonies.
You were big on the goon train before.
On the goon train.
That's right.
Early goon adopter.
Yes.
First of all,
but yeah, doing that podcast really resonated some other memories. With
right, I'm pretty sure this is 2000. This is like what 2001's The Girl Next Door.
I think it was like 04 or something.
No, it was 2007 at my high school, and it was.
It is.
Oh,
right, it is 2004.
I would know that because it is unironically one of my favorite movies of all time. Like I've seen that movie quite a number of times. A quote my friend and I use to this day: "Is the juice worth the squeeze?" is in that movie. Very, very prominent. It's in Jon Perez's life story, actually. Very prominently.
Speed Racer's in this movie.
It's a great movie.
Timothy Olyphant.
I was gonna ask Jon Perez if his antagonist looked a little bit like Timothy Olyphant or not.
No, it was a short person with no hair.
Yeah.
Jack Bauer's daughter was in it.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Anyways, let's get back to the episode proper. Song that plagued your high school life.
Do you mean like was constantly playing and you never want to hear it again, or like this was anthem?
This was, however you want to interpret it. I will not.
I think the plague was pretty negative back in the day.
But yeah, I'm saying
to
like,
some.
Yeah, to some. Well, we had a plague of our own, and was that a good thing or a bad thing?
To some.
To some, yeah. It's just like if it was everywhere, you never want to hear it again. However you want to interpret it is how you can interpret it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with "Irreplaceable" by Beyonce. That song just stinks.
Coming up Beyonce twice.
It's just bad. It's really bad, and she's made fantastic.
The podcast office is firebomb.
She's made fantastic songs, and she is a Mount Rushmore figure. But "Irreplaceable" is just so annoying. It's awful. I don't want to hear about the symbolism moving on from blah 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 blah. Everything you own in a box to the left.
To the left.
It's just to the left. To the left. I know. Yeah, I hated that song then. I hate it more now. It's not like Post Malone where like I didn't like him at first and then he grew on me. Like this song just never got better, and Beyonce's made fantastic songs after this. So I'm not knocking her. I'm just knocking the song.
It's an indictment on her catalog, not her ability as a singer-songwriter, right?
Oh, correct. No, she's fantastic. She's one of the all-time greats. That song just
had to make sure you had to get in the defense of Beyonce in there. Can't have my.
Aren't they the Hive?
They are the Hive. Even
not the Beyoncers, or what did you say?
I did say Beyoncers. They are the Finnish rock group The Hives. That's correct. That's the name of her fans.
I think they're called the BTS Army. Beyonce Terror Army. I could be wrong. Could be wrong.
There's a chance. You're wrong.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with I would say a classic of the songs you could not escape from genre. That would be Crank That parentheses Soldier Boy by Boy Tell 'Em. No. You can't smoke on the water beat for that.
In this podcast, we respect.
See, the thing is, I do respect other parts of Soldier Boy's catalog.
It is
unironically.
It's the only thing you have to respect.
Because here's my reasoning. I'm with Sam. But like this feels like such an obvious answer to me because this song was like.
No, someone else said a different song.
Played everywhere.
This is not a 1-1. Yeah.
No, I'm not. It's not a draft. It's like this song was everywhere, and I feel like a lot of people would share this sentiment with you, which is why it's a bad take. I want a deep cut. Just like, yeah, obviously you could not have escaped this song. Maybe I'm retracting the sound.
Yeah, take the sound back. But so I'm looking at Soldier Boy's Wikipedia page. There's a feud section. We've got Ice-T on
Hold on. Does he have a feud with Lil B? I believe he does.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Because these are the first four. Ice-T, Charles Hamilton, who was another rapper coming up around the same time, Bow Wow. Number 4 is the U.S. Armed Forces.
Okay. All right, hold on. Let's hear about
because of the line in the song "Let's Be Real," which is, and I quote, "Fuck the FBI and fuck all the army troops. Fighting for what? Bitch, be your own man."
Okay, what's the problem here?
He was criticized by military members and their families because the song came out around the 10th anniversary of the 9/11 attack.
Okay, quick thing. I can't believe I have to fucking say this.
Defend Soldier Boy.
What were 9/11 has nothing to do with the army. So why are they bringing it up? Because why are they bringing up 9/11 under this?
Oh boy, there it goes.
All right, keep going with the feud.
But anyway, back to Soldier Boy. Turn My Swag On, Kiss Me Through the Phone, like bangers. Pretty Boy swag, obviously. I do appreciate his catalog. It's just like, when
friend of the pod Evan Dolan hates that song.
Soldier Boy also had that song. What was it? What About Building 7? That was a pretty good one.
It was also a controversial one for the U.S. Armed Forces, but
yeah. Jeff came out.
I think Soldier Boy stole that army lyric directly out of Ted's diary. I think that's where you took that verbatim.
I didn't have a diary. I was too cool.
Had a blog spot.
You're too busy doing Our Town to have a diary.
Exactly. I was too busy plotting my revenge on how to do school announcements again. Quick question: he did not have a beef with Lil B? I thought he did.
Not according to he's got a lot of beefs.
Yeah.
I'll drop the link in the. We can put this in the show notes.
Yes, I know everyone needs to remember all of Soldier Boy's beefs.
Yeah, in case you have to remember all the feuds Soldier Boy's had in his career.
All right, if he doesn't, all right, because I played the sound because I thought I remembered him having a beef with Lil B Bass God, and if that's not true, then I am retracting.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. I didn't want to be the first person to get smoke on the water this episode.
Yeah,
it means a lot to me.
So your reasoning. Crank That was everywhere. It was played at every single school dance. Everyone was doing the dance.
School dance, like every basketball game, kickoff, every single kickoff in every football game. Like It was just beyond pervasive in like, what was it 2007, 2008, both years maybe. Like
it was. It was definitely. No, I think it was earlier than that. No. I think it was.
No, because I was in high school.
I was a sophomore in high school, and that was at the dance. I remember.
Yeah, so that's why it has my vote for Plague.
This is really unfortunate for me because I thought now that Sam has been retroactively not smoke on the water,
you're gonna get smoke on the water.
I thought Ted would not play it twice in the same question.
Oh baby, I'll play whatever the heck I want.
Right. And so mine is also morning announcements related because I worked on my school's morning announcements.
You get to work on them. I didn't get to, so you didn't also. You
right.
did.
We would have to, me and my other friend, we alternated editing every day, like an A day, B day situation, because we had daily morning announcements that would play at the beginning of every day that we had to edit at night and give to the principal at 7:30 every morning on a USB drive. But the biggest one we did was we did a like whole school music video parody thing of Rebecca Black's Friday.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Because it's just like when every high school was like doing a Gangnam Style parody, like everyone was doing riffs on it.
Correct.
You guys are younger than me.
But I wanted
not by much. We're not. I know. I'm Sam. Gangnam Style came out when I was in college.
Yeah, we were in college for that. Yeah.
Sam. I loved watching the fucking awful Gangnam Style high school parodies. They were my favorite thing to watch. I just watched them on YouTube. I did not do them.
Back to back with the Harlem Shake. You'd go Gangnam Style into Harlem Shake. So I already got to Smoke on the Water, so we don't need to go too far into it. But I had to make a music video going around getting teachers, getting students from all the different schools and stuff, and like just asking them to say the lines. And it took about until like the fourth or fifth person that like said like yesterday was Thursday was their line, and then everyone started to figure it out, because the first couple people didn't, just off the beginning of the song didn't know. But at that point, it was a nightmare to edit with all the different heads, and then I had to listen to the song on like the primitive Adobe Premiere, like whatever, like the budget one that was like you had like maybe just like new file and like just a couple of editing options that cost like $40 because that's all I had at home. So it was a pain to edit. I had to hear Friday 6 million times, and then had like the whole school was, all thought it was the greatest thing ever, but it was a nightmare for me to work on.
Song starts with gotta get up, gotta go downstairs, gotta stay fresh.
Yeah.
Okay. The song for me that played in my high school was by Kings of Leon, Sex on Fire.
That's up there. Yep.
So my friends, my friend group, we all had the same taste in music. And the song came out when we were all illegally driving each other around in each other's cars. Because I don't know if you know this, you're supposed to wait a year with your license until you can drive non-adults in your car.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's a law, then why are you giving kids who are not legally adults a driver's license? Anyways, so the station we listened to was K-Rock. Every time we would get into a car and we would put on that station, inevitably that song would come on or would be on when we turned on the radio. Could not escape it. I once left my friend's birthday party, got in my friend's car, and he was dropping me off at my house, and that song was on, and I told him we have to change it.
That is a great one. That was all over the place, especially at that age. My honorary mention, I think we can, I would imagine your high schools were the same as mine. Apple Bottom Jeans was also just nonstop at my school.
I don't think it was. I didn't go to school.
You weren't in a Flow Rider? You weren't in a Flow Rider apocalypse?
No, I'm with Joe. No. Yeah, that was all over.
As Sam said in the last episode, my high school experience was very different than everyone else's high school experience, apparently.
Well, you went to a high school like in Never Have I Ever, Drake and Josh, like one of those fantasy lands.
No, I
didn't. In the buildings, and you're like,
Drake and Josh takes place in San Diego. Famously.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot San Diego and Los Angeles are still vastly different places.
They are.
Southern California. One omission, and I think Tydings can agree to this, back in that era, like every high school, at least basketball, played No Strings by Drake. Or excuse me, Big Rings.
Yeah.
Like that was always the walkout song, yeah. All right.
I'm thinking of the other Drake song, the one that had like Lil Wayne on it and Kanye and Eminem.
Yes, that was also there too.
That was every basketball game.
I did not go to sporting events, so This all
Shot.
must be
Right above it too, also in that era.
Yeah.
question number 2. Best conference or performance?
Conference like the SEC?
I meant concert. You can read. It's on the fucking screen, you dickhead. The point of language is to be understood.
I was at the UN Security Conference.
Buddy. John's coming
Big
with
East
hot.
tournament in
We're all like-
07.
It was weird.
hot.
Like Colin Powell came out, and Colin Powell came out, and we're all just like, "Where's Billy Joel? Like, what's going on here?"
All right, let's just put the question. Just put the answer in the bag, guys.
I'm so worried about getting smoke on the water. Like it's like
If you
I live
say
life, and
if you
and
say what I think you're gonna say, you're not gonna get smoked. I can
No,
tell
I
you
don't know
right
if you're gonna
now.
think-
I can tell you right now. This is a impossible smoke on a waterable question.
because for all of our episodes, I'm always like, I want to share with my friends my lived experience
Yeah.
and the things that were happy for me. And I get worried that, here comes the peach is going to get thrown at me.
Do you
or
want me to smoke on the
for-
water? Your dad being dead, Joe? Is that what you want me to do?
Hey, according to other yappers in this conversation, I'm not allowed to bring up that my father died. So
I brought it up.
for the
I
record.
brought it up.
Yes.
No, it's not an answer.
King thing,
It's not an answer.
The best concert was the song they played while I was dancing as prom king. With the, no.
The
All right, so
live
my
band
answer,
at prom when I
Yeah.
won something.
I think it was pretty cool. I don't know any better if you're gonna kill me for it. My first concert I ever went to was Blink 182 Revival when we were in high school, and they were like kind of co-headlining, but like also they were kind of under them was Fall Out Boy, and it went to Madison Square Garden. And like
Fuck yeah.
Pete Wentz shaved his head on stage with Blink 182 and like played a song with them. And like Travis Barker had this like motion drum set that like pushed him out into the crowd. So he was in like the center of MSG while the rest of the band was on the stage, and he was slamming away on the drums, and like it was epic.
I'm respect. Hey, I think Blink 182. No, it wasn't. Sum 41 in Good Charlotte was my first concert. That's not a question on this sheet, but I thought for a second I thought it was Blink 182, but it wasn't.
So I could be biased because it was the first concert I went to, but like
Yeah.
Blink 182 Fall Out Boy, that's pretty cool.
That's very high school coded.
Yeah.
First concert.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I win. First concert was. Sorry, that was me.
That's the one he said
I don't want to
sorry
be mean to you.
for.
Yeah. I'm not going to let you go, but I am sorry that I let you go. First concert, Eminem, Jay-Z at Yankee Stadium was amazing. My favorite concert was Ed Sheeran at MetLife Stadium in the summer of 2023. He's just very, very talented. I knew all the songs. It was a lot of fun. I just really got into the moment.
How is he as a live performer? Because I'm not really super
He's
familiar.
No, he's good. He's good. He creates his own music like there, so he doesn't have any pre-made beats.
Oh,
butchering.
yeah. No, I know what
he's
you
got
mean.
the little
Yeah.
pedal. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's really good. Yeah,
That's cool.
He's really good. Jay-Z's live band is really good too. I've seen Jay-Z like 3 times. They're also really good. The percussion's really good. But yeah, no, Ed Sheeran was a lot of fun. We were at the Sunday night concert at MetLife, and I think it was the largest crowd in MetLife history. And it easily had like 80,000 people. It was insane.
A decade ago, I think my answer would have been different, but due to a certain artist's, let's say, Nazi-coded beliefs over the last decade, I can no longer go
Okay.
with Kanye and Kendrick at Barclays, which was
Damn, yeah.
at the time
Super dope.
best. Unfortunately, as a Jew, I can't really admit to that one anymore. So I am going to go with Block Party performing all of Silent Alarm at Summer Stage in 2019.
Silent Alarm is such a seminal album for me. Like that is the
20 years ago this year.
20 years ago, yeah.
Ancient.
I mean, like I do. Like that's when I started really figuring out music taste on my own. instead of without outside help.
I'm just gonna be honest. I respect you, but those are just words in a sentence to me. I had no idea what was going on.
Block Party? You don't know Block Party? They did Helicopter.
You know what, Joe? When you're done, when you have all the free time you have at the convention, you're gonna play this album in the meantime.
I'm back home now. I got home last night. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, they played the whole album pretty much front to back, and then for the encore they played a couple of their other hits, and it was Central Park. It was towards the end of 2019. We didn't know how good we had it back then, and then the world changed as we know it.
My answer, I saw Weezer played Blue Album at Madison Square Garden a couple months ago. Blue Album wrestles with Pinkerton as my favorite album of all time. It always depends on how I'm feeling at any given moment what my favorite Weezer album is. But I'm always hesitant to see Weezer live because you never know if they're going to give you the hits or play things off of they're just going to do a cover of Toto or Africa by Toto. You never know what you're going to get. But it was billed as they're going to play Blue Album. So I said, at least I know I'm going to hear all of Blue Album. Ran into John's brother there, which is funny because I think at that point I had seen his brother more recently than I had seen John, or spoken to him at least.
That tracks.
Yeah. But it's, they did play a melody of their other songs. I felt insulted when they played Beverly Hills because to me, that's the moment Weezer died. But to hear them play Blue Album was something I will always, remember. I have a lot of videos from it. When they played Only in Dreams, I cried. And then honorable mention, I went to some stupid concert with Joe one time. It was
greatest night of my life.
It was and that's not the best concert you ever been to, huh? Interesting.
No, because was I'll let you say the artist first, and then I'll reply.
So Joe and I went to see K-pop supergroup Twice at MetLife last summer.
2 summers ago now. Yeah, right, because it was before the Winter Olympics, I believe. Yeah. 2 summers ago. Yeah, I had just gotten my tattoo, I remember. So my only pushback, because yes, it was the greatest night of my life seeing our wonderful Twice performance in 135 degrees in the top row of MetLife Stadium.
Yeah.
But my response is, did any of the members of Twice come out into the middle of the stage slamming on the drums like Travis Barker did? The answer is no. Sana
did not do that.
Taeyong did not do that. So,
all right. Question number 3, similar concept. What's the worst concert or performance you've ever seen? Mine is another Weezer concert. This time it's not Weezer's fault. This was when I was in college. I was back home for something, and Weezer was performing in the Anaheim or San Diego area. So I was like, I'll drive down. I drive down. This was still like the Raditude, Hurley era Weezer, so they weren't doing big shows anymore. But I drove down, and the opening act is one Asher Roth. And if you're unfamiliar with Asher Roth, his claim to fame was I Love College. So he comes on stage, performs I Love College. We are respectful. We're doing the call and response when he goes, I love drinking. Hey, very respectful. I Love College ends, and he goes, you guys know this next one. It's off my album. It's Harp on My Go-Kart. No one is into it. He's getting nothing from the crowd. Song ends, and then he plays I Love College again. Plays I Love College again. Crowd is not having it. Everyone is out of it. He stops and walks off the stage.
All right. So that's a beautiful story on its own.
Yeah,
but Ted, I need to add more context to my Blink-182 concert.
Okay.
That this is unbelievable. Because when we purchased the tickets, it was billed as a trio with All American Rejects opening for Fall Out Boy and Blink-182. And for some reason, during the Madison Square Garden portion of the concert, All American Rejects were unavailable. And I swear on my life, the opening act that they found to cover for All American Rejects was Asher Roth.
Fuck yeah.
And he also played I Love College and tried to play other songs that nobody had any idea what they were. And everybody was like visibly upset. One, that he was that he wasn't the All American Rejects, and they just wanted Fall Out Boy to start. And
so Joe, Joe, so would you say he was All American rejected?
All of America rejected him, certainly. All of Madison Square Garden rejected him, certainly.
Can you? I can do this. Can you name what his album was called?
No idea.
It was called Asleep in the Bread Aisle, and in a radio interview, they're like, "Oh, it's called Asleep in the Bread Aisle. What's that about?" And he's like, I'm random, I'm funny," and that's how he explained the name of his album. This guy was hilarious. He is still performing. I looked it up a while ago because when I saw Weezer, I was telling people this story because it's I love telling that story. I looked it up. He was still performing. He's only performing in I think in England.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yep. Find something that works. Stick with it.
Yeah, and what worked was play I Love College.
Play I Love College 5 times to drunk college kids. Yeah. I'll go somewhat related here. This was while I was in college. And our spring concert one year, the headliner was Snoop Dogg. And the opening act was Das Racist of the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell fans.
Yes.
And so their set was terrible. They didn't sound check or something. So all the sound was awful. You could barely make out what they were saying. I think it was on purpose. They were trying to be it's a noise band thing or whatever. And then they didn't even play the fucking song. One song that people are we know. Das Racist. Oh, they're the Pizza and Taco Bell guys, right? They didn't even play the song. They were like, all right, we've got one more for you. You're going to love it. And everyone's like, all right, here it is. And they played some other song and then left. And I was like, this is obviously they didn't want to be here and they're just doing a bit. But as somebody who was there to listen to music and songs I recognized, I was extremely upset and disappointed.
In particular, to listen to combination Pizza Hut Taco Bell.
Right. Not that that's an incredible work of art, but I was oh, this is the one song by this band that I've heard of before. I can sit through it before Snoop shows up. And we didn't even get the chance to do that, unfortunately. So that's my worst concert experience.
Joe, worst concert, worst performance?
I did Asher Roth.
Yeah. Oh, that you were included both your stage?
Not only was
he piggybacking your Asher Roth.
Oh, I thought that was I thought he was just piggybacking. I didn't know that was included.
No, because I haven't gone to many concerts in life without knowing they're going to be certified bangers, right? Because I don't.
That's respectful.
We knew Twice was going to be good, so that's why it's worth spending. I knew Foo Fighters was going to be good. They're my favorite band of all time.
I love going to concerts. So I'm willing to go to I'm willing to see a band if I like the band. A couple years ago, I went to the Aquabats were in town, which is a Southern California band, which I love. And so I wanted to see them, and they were playing with Less Than Jake and Bowling for Soup. Bands I know, but I'm not big fans of them. I stayed for the whole concert, and it was one of the best concerts I've been to. But that was also a 4-hour concert. Ran into friend of the pod, Tom Mazer, at that concert.
Oh, I'll quickly add on. I used to go to Warped Tour and Bamboozle every year in New Jersey. And someone who's in the thick of it right now, Senor Drake, was a headliner one year of Bamboozle. and they've like basically, for anyone who didn't go to Bamboozle, it was like kind of like two co-headline stages, A and B, and they would alternate. Like the one band would play on A for an hour, and then the next big band would play on B. So like if you're a bigger fan of B, you just go stand on that half of the the outside area waiting for that artist to come, whatever. So Drake was the headliner, and he showed up like 2 hours late. So there was just like nothing going on, and as this gets deep into the night in North Jersey, and like everyone was just super upset. Like he put like low effort in. Like this was early Drake days. This was high school Drake days. This is like kind of when he was popping off for he was no longer Degrassi Jim or Wheelchair Jimmy or whatever. He was Drake, and the crowd did not appreciate how late he was and how little he cared for the performance at the rock concert of Bamboozle.
Joe, fuck, you guys got different J names, please, or different names. Perez.
I never mixed it up.
Perez, worst concert performance. I am my brain is a mess.
Yes.
I have long COVID.
No. I knew you before COVID. Worst concert was Two Friends. If you ever heard of them, they have the big booty mixes on YouTube. They're awful. And the concert was at Forest Hill Stadium. My friend got tickets for it. When they play their mixes, it's great. When they play their original music, it's not so great. So yeah, it was just not fun. I can't name any of their songs. I couldn't at the time. I can't now. I can't pick them out of a lineup. If they were holding signs that said "We are two friends," but it was good. One of my friends, my wife, it was good.
All right. Question number 4: song that always pops up in your head, the earworm that can't quite get rid of, stuck in your head for however long it's been stuck in your head. Joe, I'll start with you.
I mean, this goes back to our MLB days because I remember Ted making fun of me for how much I love the song. But Post Malone and Sway Lee's Sunflower from the original Spider-Verse movie is like to this day in 2025, like that was however many years ago. I used to listen to it every day. Like I still probably one of my most listened to songs of all time. Still currently.
Well, here's the thing.
I just love that. Love Post Malone. Love that song.
Into the Spider-Verse is no Spider-Man 2. Let's be fair. Honest. Sam, song that gets always pops up in your head.
Like recently, or like in the history of earworms.
Well, hey man, questions are up to your interpretation.
Wow. I mean,
so deep.
It's extremely deep. Daft Punk, One More Time.
Ooh.
Just that, like the first like 15 seconds, like will just randomly like pop up in my head all the damn time.
The earworm is "Break My Stride" by Matthew Wilder.
I don't know that song.
Yes, you do.
Song.
I
do.
do.
You do.
Yeah,
Yep.
you do.
What's the lyrics?
You might not know it by name and artist, but if you heard the song, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I know this song."
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, we'll put it in the chat. We'll do a live reaction while I tell you mine. Mine is the theme song for the Little Romeo show. Hey, watch it, Ro. It's time for the Romeo show. That I think about that song once a month.
It's not really an earworm if it's just once a month.
John, it's been once a month for however long it went since that show aired. That's what I'm saying.
I think of "Break My Stride" every day.
All right. Question number 5. What's your go-to karaoke song? Or if you're white, karaoke.
Wow. As someone who's performed karaoke in Japan, okay, wow. I'm pretty qualified to answer this.
Okay. I'm waiting. Well, I was waiting for you to answer.
I was waiting for back and forth. How
we had all yielded our time, and you decided not to use it.
Yeah. So I'm a big ABBA stan when it comes to karaoke. It gets the people going. Whatever song you want, personally for me, it's Waterloo.
Oh,
You could go with, obviously, Dancing Queen's always a hit with the people, and
Joe, I need
Take
the
a Chance
one
on
from
Me.
you. I need
for
the
me,
one.
for me, it's Waterloo. If
Okay.
there's a gun to my head on the cruise ship, and they're like, you have to sing in the karaoke section tonight at 10:30.
Yeah.
In the room. What song are you gonna do? I'm gonna throw out Waterloo.
Cause cause like you kept naming ABBA songs. I'm like, all right, is it Waterloo or is it the other ones? Cause I needed to know if I needed to smoke on the water.
Oh, see, he's always got this. He's got the trigger finger ready for me at all times.
Robin, Dancing on My Own.
That's a great
song. That's a great one.
I imagine you also. I'm now imagining the music video, but it's you dancing around the square instead of her. I'm really enjoying imagining this. Maybe I'll bring out some AI, take a Sam photo and Robin, mix them together.
Killing the rainforest just so we can see this.
Yeah, this feels good.
John, if you say tequila, brother.
No, I think karaoke, kind of like a best man speech, is more about the audience than the person.
Yes.
You should be playing to the room.
Yes.
So with that, I'm going to go with Bunny Girl by Akasaki, which is a great J-pop band. I've also performed karaoke in the streets of Osaka, so
nice.
Joe and I are a little bit cultured here. So so that's my song. I think everybody knows it. If you don't know it, get on your nearest listening platform, and it's great.
Much like John, I'm very dependent. What is the crowd feeling? If the crowd wants to sing along, I will do Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson, because everyone wants to sing that when that gets played. If people are being respectful, they're letting everyone else do their own thing. I'm doing Saying Ain't So by Weezer.
Okay. I do just have a quick point of order if you want to be accurate here. Okay. If there is karaoke that involves Kelly Clarkson, according to her TV show and her hit series on YouTube, it's actually called Kellyoke. She has like 200 songs that she has covered on her TV show. And that's Kellyoke.
That's her TV show. We're talking.
But I'm just saying, if you sing Kelly Clarkson Since You've Been Gone at karaoke, you're actually performing Kellyoke.
No, I'm not. Actually, I'm not, because I would have to be doing the cover version of her song that she's covering, because that would be Kellyoke.
It's covered. It's a Kellyoke is a wide umbrella term.
I'm disagreeing with you.
Related to all activities Kelly Clarkson related and karaoke related.
All right. Question 6. As a unit, come up with the worst 3-band lineup we can collectively think of.
We're going to a festival or we're going to a show and
we're going to a show and it's we see Kanye West, the corpse of Michael Jackson, and then Tupac hologram.
I'd be down to see a hologram of the corpse of Michael Jackson.
No, it's just the corpse of Michael Jackson. It's not a hologram of the corpse. It's
no
just
music.
Well, I'm going to use a phrase from this podcast. The question's up to your interpretation.
Sure. So
my interpretation is of a corpse and a hologram. I think based on the answers we gave, 2 friends, Asher Roth.
Asher Roth has to be headlining.
Asher Roth has to be headlining this.
all right, yeah, obviously.
Is Soulja Boy making the cut?
No, obviously not.
No, because Joe, if you remember my answer, I appreciate a decent amount of Soulja Boy's catalog, as most people should.
Yeah.
It's just that one song, just enough.
But he has to perform it.
No,
he does.
He does. Yeah.
We're asking for worst set.
I want we're getting they're giving us 45 minutes of their set, and it's just like a band that
it's got to be the Tequila People, and Perez gets up there on stage. It has to be.
So Champs, Asher Roth, and need one more.
Kelly.
I was thinking, let's get a real guy, but he's got to play his bottom 50 tracks, Justin Timberlake only playing B-sides.
what if Beyonce does just like the national anthem, but it's irreplaceable?
And Perez has to get up on stage and sing the encore.
Yes.
I like that.
I just need to confirm. What do we?
Okay, here's what it is. So headliner, Asher Roth.
Asher Roth, obviously.
Right.
He's playing I Love College 3 times.
Right. What about that fourth girl from Destiny's Child originally that got kicked out? She's probably pretty bad.
The one that hit a person with their car?
Yeah, I probably don't have many bangers that we would be aware of, so she could make the cut.
No, we need to be able to name songs.
We can't name more than Tequila.
What do you mean? John gave us like 5.
He gave like Tequila 2003. What do you mean? Those are just
Night Owl, Rock and Roll Legend, Too Much Tequila. Yeah.
I'm like
sped up.
Tequila sped up.
You can't say Tequila sped up.
All right, fine. Well, if it's not, we can't say that, then we can't say Tequila slowed down either.
Yeah, obviously.
We can have one or the other, but not both.
Yeah, right.
John, you can't be like, oh, well, if you say you can't gotcha me with like, oh, you can't do speed up. What that mean? I can't do slow down? Obviously,
that's actually that's a consistent stance. Yeah,
yeah.
I just wanted to submit it for the record.
I'm going to throw one out there. This is another bizarre choice by the Columbia Activities Committee that they booked for a spring concert as a headliner. That would be Macklemore. That is a set that I've sat through.
No, it
wasn't Death Racist scale, but my God, that was not a great spring afternoon in 2013.
Unfortunately, Macklemore is certified good people, so we can't be like,
right. But I don't want to hear his songs.
I also don't want to hear his songs. All right. Well, you don't want to hear Thrift Shop. I'm gonna be honest. If you put a gun to my head and you're like, name another Macklemore song, I couldn't do it.
It's the one that he was gay in 3rd grade.
He was.
What?
That's one of his other big songs. Is that in 3rd grade he thought he was gay?
I'm not a big on the Seattle music scene.
It's the song that they make fun of in Popstar with the gay rights.
Oh, okay. I've never heard it, but I now understand the tone the song is going.
If you listen to it and then watch the Connor For Real Pink duet, you'll understand it a lot more. Yeah.
Okay. What about Connor For Real? Is he getting?
No, I would absolutely see a Connor For Real headlining show, 100%. Right.
So we got the Asher Roth headliner, Macklemore, who's opening. Champs. They're just doing Tequila.
That has my vote.
All right.
Yeah. Well, Champs and Jon Perez.
Champs and Jon Perez. Right.
Right.
So, all right. Last question. Kind of similar to Joe's. What band, frontman / or musician could you replace? Like you are getting slotted in. They've died. You are now lead singer of whatever band, and you feel like confidently nothing's being changed musically.
I think I would go with Nana, who sings 99 Love Balloons.
You can say, all right, okay.
No one would know.
You asked the question. I'm answering.
I did, and I'm taking notes.
So what band could you replace? I could replace Nana from 99 Love Balloons. Sing the German
I have my
version.
band. Yeah, I have my band. Oh, all right. It's Cake. I can be the lead singer of Cake easily. It's the easiest fucking job ever. Have you ever been to a Cake show?
You could pull that off.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I've not been to a Cake show, but I've heard enough of the songs.
So
hey, vocal tonally, I think you could pull it off.
Sam, do you want to know what it's like going to a Cake show? Go on YouTube and go to YouTube, type in ambient crowd noises, and then put on a Cake album, because they sound exactly like how they sound on the record. They are one of the worst live bands I've ever seen.
Not Asher Roth level, apparently.
No. But it's where like I could have just stayed home and listened to the album if I wanted to hear how it sounds on the album. They're singing he's very monotonic, he's not really rapping or singing. He's just like, I want a girl with a nice invitation or whatever he's saying. John, or Joe? God, fuck, kill me in Minecraft. Joe, who are you replacing?
This is tough because I've never thought of myself in a musician's sense. Like what world I could be in.
All right, just say Jenny from Blackpink and let's move on.
Okay, but unironically, if this was high school, and like my other answer for like song, if I had to go perform, if my life depended on it, would have been Fergalicious with Fergie. So maybe I've replaced Fergie in the Black Eyed Peas because I knew like every Fergie and Black Eyed Peas song back in middle school and high school. So I am Fergalicious.
All right, Sam, who are you replacing?
My best friend. Will.i.am.
I hate to be the guy always asking clarifying questions on this podcast.
I mean, you can go
it's
ahead.
Just my nature.
Yeah,
when you say I'm replacing the front man, that includes like if they play instruments or like just the singing portion.
Just the singing portion. In my mind, it's the singing portion. They can get just another guy to play guitar. Or,
all right, cool. So they can find a new piano person. I will be Stevie Wonder.
Ooh, whoa. That's like an actual guy who's singing.
That's a guy. Wait, how about Stevie Wonder? He plays
I know all the songs though. It wouldn't be like an incredible experience for you, the viewer at home, but I would know all the words.
I don't know.
What question for Tydings? Would you wear the sunglasses and dreads?
I would wear the sunglasses, not the dreads. I would keep my normal haircut.
I just want to question the commitment here.
Because you are replacing him as the front man of Stevie Wonder.
Right.
So.
People are going to see Stevie
I'm
Wonder.
not going to see Stevie Wonder. And like, if he came out with a shaved head,
I and like,
the
in
understudy.
This performance, so and so was replaced by the under. Yeah, like you show up to Stevie Wonder concert, like, oh, sorry, it's Sam Tydings. Like,
yeah, but you know what?
But here's the thing, John.
I went to a play and saw an understudy for Wicked. And she dressed up like the Wicked Witch of the West.
She wasn't not green.
Stevie Wonder's not a character. Yes. That's a guy.
Right. He's not green. You just can't see him really well.
You said, Ted, that this is all up for interpretation.
Yeah,
so
and you're
interpreting it as no Stevie Wonder,
and you're making a bad faith argument.
You are replacing Stevie Wonder in the Stevie Wonder band.
John, if you show up to a Stevie Wonder show and it's me in sunglasses but no dreads, you'd be like, it was okay, but I just wish.
I don't respect his commitment,
Yeah.
Right.
But so John, if you went to go see
really
Stevie,
songs in the key of life, but I need the hairpiece to make it work.
Hey, Sam, you just don't. You know what? This is what happens with you Ivy League guys. You don't connect. Man.
John, let me ask. Hold on, John. Let me ask you a quick question.
People go out on a Saturday. They get a sitter. They dress up. They have dinner beforehand. This is the best part of their weekend. And then just to know that the understudy half-asses it, it's like, give me my money back.
John, you go see Stevie Wonder and his head shaved. You going home mad?
Well, no, because it's still Stevie Wonder.
Okay, so clearly the dreads are.
You're adding things.
No, I'm adding things.
You're making this harder than it needs to be.
All we want is Sam Tydings to wear Stevie Wonder's dreads while he sings his songs.
I feel like that would put me in more trouble than just simply covering Stevie Wonder on a song.
I think we're out here. I think John's out here trying to make bad faith arguments.
Right.
I don't see it that way.
Yeah, John came into this episode hot. He stayed hot all the way through. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Mets camp open and like Lindor's back hurts, and John's like, "All right, I gotta be heated the rest of the week."
Lindor's fine. We'll be all right.
Yeah, all right. It's the Mets. What are you saying? All right, I am calculating the scores here. Unfortunately for John, the Ivy League man has done it. Sam is the winner of this episode.
Wow, this is truly one of the crowning achievements of my weekend.
Yes.
Bro, when you said you had Snoop Dogg at your spring concert, I've never felt poorer in my life. You know what I mean?
We did. We had freshman year, it was Ghostface Killah. Sophomore year, it was Snoop Dogg. Junior year, I straight up do not remember, and then senior year was Macklemore.
I don't think any of us we ever had anyone over like 10,000 followers. Like we had a comedian once. We had what's his face, the Cut It Out guy from Full House.
Cut It Out.
Dave Coulier came to our school for a spring concert one year as a comedian.
I did not participate in.
Oh, college. Why? Because your shoes in college?
No, I just like
now.
I wasn't against. What do you mean against? I wasn't against that. My shoes weren't against anything. What are you talking about?
You just I didn't do these things. Oh.
I was just like having fun, like having sex in college. I didn't need to go to shows.
I don't believe
that. Wow! All right, John.
All right,
hold on.
You have to soak on the water. You have to soak on the water yourself in that cup.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm cool. Apologies for being so cool.
Oh, crazy. Perez, but we already have established. Look, Perez is the one that talks to women on this show.
Right. Do you want to know?
We can't have you dropping bombs like that.
About him talking to women.
Do you want to know?
His whole high school memories are about talking to other girls.
Do you want to know?
I love women. My wife's a woman. I have a friend.
Wow. That's crazy.
My mother's a woman. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. My sister's a woman. So
we're learning a lot today.
I want to say, if you want to know how little I like participated in like school activities in high school and college. In college, people would just put my name down in clubs just to fill out just to get approved. Like I have I was just like, yeah, whatever, go ahead. I don't care. Until one day
you were too busy, obviously.
No, I mean, like I was preoccupied, but I was just like, I just didn't want to do anything that wasn't like things I wanted to do. So, and also like, I don't think my school did it was a film school, so they did like film stuff and not like concert stuff.
Oh, they had like some like mise en scène conversation, like in the
we did like we did they did well. So they do have like a theater that houses movies for Tribeca. Like they are like ingrained in the scene, quote unquote the scene or whatever.
Well, Snoop Dogg wasn't there, so.
No, because my school is like fucking cheap, and like the head of my department got fired because he was drunk all the time.
Nice.
Dude sucked. Anyways, that's it for this episode of the YapOff podcast. Sam, congratulations. You will write a question for the episode after the pre-2010 Disney draft. I will give you the topic at a later date. I have many episodes. Many episodes are written. Many questions are written. They're beautiful questions, but they are written. But it will be we will do it after the draft. Like usual, draft is 6 rounds. We pick 6 movies. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Do whatever it is to do to help us get more viewers.
Get in touch with Scott Efros and Beyonce.
Yes, yeah. She's not. Beyonce is not on the Yapaholics Delight. She is. Will never be on the Yapaholics Delight unless she's like, Friendship's one of the best movies I've ever watched. Which then, because Friendship is the unanimous officially, and I think I speak for all of us. Sam can attest. Friendship. YapOff's most anticipated movie of 2025, and when it comes out, it will be.
Well, we'll have a live reaction.
Live reaction, yes. Sam and I, we will all be walking out of the Lincoln Center Theater because they're playing it in IMAX 3D. All 4 of us will be there in March or May. It comes out in May to watch because it will be YapOff's 2025 best movie of the year. I don't think there'll be any other movies that can even conceivably come close. But pass this along to friends, family, force people to watch it at gunpoint in Minecraft. Rate, review, do all those very nice things for us. We really appreciate it. The last piece of media I watched was Layer Cake. Because, I'm a little bit of a cinephile. See you next time.